What is up, everybody? We're back. Another Sunday Riff Refinery. We're on episode 22 today. And today, you'll notice I'm using a guitar that has a headstock on it. Yeah, it's been a while, right? I've wanted a Schecter Tempest for pretty much all of my guitar playing career / life. No clue why I never bought one. And I found one for a ridiculously good price, jumped on it, and now I'm the proud owner of a Schecter Tempest Custom from 2010, I believe the previous owner said. It is used. And in true guitarist fashion, getting a new guitar did inspire me to write some new riffs, and yeah, we're gonna kind of riff on those riffs today. And you'll also notice that I am finally using my new Quad Cortex. I'm not new to the Quad Cortex. I owned one years ago. Sold it and ended up grabbing one again because I'm going to start playing live again with a band, and I really wanted to have something that's not an amp and pedals to take with me to shows and practice and so on and so forth. So we're jamming on the Quad Cortex today. And so before we get into Logic, let's go ahead and open up Cortex Control here on the screen so I can show you all what I'm working with. I decided to try out the plugins on the Quad Cortex because, you know, everybody and their mother was complaining for so long that the Quad Cortex didn't have the plugins. And yes, the plugins are great, so I figured I may as well make a patch with them and see what I can do with it. So we're using Gojira X inside of the Quad Cortex, and I set up a clean tone that sounds a little bit like this. It's a little sneak peek of the riff that we're going to be playing too. So that's the clean tone that we're working with. And just to put it into perspective here, we do have the Gojira overdrive cranked for a clean tone. Yes, we are cranking it. Then we have the clean amp with some pretty basic settings. I didn't really change anything there. We have the cabinet section. The EQ is turned off. I also have turned off the doubler, just don't need it. Probably just going to delete the doubler, to be honest. And then when we go to the delay, we've got that on and we've got the reverb on. So really, really simple settings. And again, so that's sounding pretty damn good to me. Now here's the rhythm tone that I made though. I'm actually really stoked on this. Sounds pretty damn good, dude. Like, I don't know if I have made a tone like that in the Gojira X plugin itself before, but I made it in this and it sounds fantastic. Let me switch that over so you can see the amp settings here. So we do have, again, relatively normal settings on here. And then if we go over to the overdrive, we're using the Gojira OD again, and actually less crazy settings than we were on the clean tone. So pretty cool. Really, really digging it. Very simple settings here. Let's go ahead and save that because I tweaked that a little bit. And yeah, that's just one of my new presets for a high gain rhythm tone and a nice clean ambient delay reverb kind of tone. So now if we go over into Logic here, I actually haven't really started much on this at all. I jammed on this riff for a while back, and now we're going to be jamming on it for real? For realsies? I don't know. It starts out clean, starts out ambient, and then I think we're going to transition into something heavier. That's why I built that preset with a high gain distorted tone on it as well. So I'm going to pop in headphones now, and I highly suggest that y'all do the same as usual. All right, so I've got the Quad Cortex routed here within Logic Pro, and if you want a video on how to do this, let me know because I can definitely make a video. It needs its whole own video though to make sure that I can show this properly. Right now I'm only recording the amped tone. I'm not recording the DI signal as well, which I usually would, but for simplicity's sake for this episode of the Riff Refinery, I just wanted to just record the amped tone itself. But again, if you would like some videos on how I use the Quad Cortex to write and record within a DAW, let me know because I have learned a lot since rediscovering the Quad Cortex for the first time in a very long time. But this is the riff that we're working with. I'm gonna hit the click track and see if we can play along with the click real quick. So something along the lines of that. But I do think that 120 was a good tempo for that. So let's go ahead and lay down a couple scratch tracks here. Okay, that could work. We won't double track it for now. Let's go ahead and keep tracking the guitars there. So I think we would repeat that twice, right? We repeat that twice, and then we go in to the second one and we do that double tracked actually. So let's go ahead and double track that and see how that sounds. Oops. Wow, I never even saved the project. That's wild. Okay, let's do this. Learn from me, y'all. Save your damn project. Okay, we got it that time. Okay, so I think we repeat that, but we need some drums to go into that. So we have it starting out with just one guitar, and maybe we'll go back and we will put a doubler on that just because it will sound cool. I wish I hadn't deleted the doubler out of this patch, but here we are. We need some drums though. What drums should we use? Drag that up to, at the top. I always like to have my drum track at the top. I don't know if y'all are like me. Maybe it's just my weirdness, but I like to have my drum MIDI up at the top of the window. I don't know why. I am gonna go with Robot Dog drums. I love Robot Dog drums. I use them all the time. So let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go with the pop punk kit. We'll probably change it a little bit for the mix. Okay, so we need a fill to go into this now. That could work. My velocities are all weak though. Yeah, that could do it. Now let's go ahead and create a MIDI region and do some drums along to that. Yeah, this is gonna be nice and slow. Do we do a ride cymbal for this? That's not a ride cymbal. That's a bell. That's a great bell. Nah, too many hi-hat chicks there. Yeah, that will work. There we go. That works. Let's do a little bit of a fill here. Okay, that could work. Let's go ahead and copy all that we just did, and we're gonna paste it over. Okay, so now I think we want that to build up. So that works. So now what we can do is we can re-record the guitars there to make it fit better. So let's go ahead and delete the guitars and re-record to that track instead. Ooh, I think I know what I want to do there. I think that's what I want to do. Let's go ahead and listen to how that would sound. I'm going to play along to the click until it gets to the drum track. Okay, I think we got something there. I don't know, what do y'all think? Did it sound better the way I had it originally? I don't think it did, but yeah, let's go ahead and I'm gonna re-record that one more time. Let's do this. I think I like where this is going. Okay, that is a possibility. So let's go ahead and move these. I don't want to get rid of those takes yet. We're gonna double track that real quick. Okay, this is sounding a lot like another song that I had written, but in a good way. It's not sounding bad. Let's go over to a rhythm track now and see how that sounds coming out of it. Something like that. That might be too high. Because it ends on. Maybe we go to open. Out of tune. I think that's the play there. I think we re-record the guitars to end a little bit differently. So we're gonna do this part in pieces to make this all fit. Just part of the process, y'all, just part of the process. So let's go ahead and re-record. Okay, that might do it. Let's go ahead and put that where it goes, up here, and we'll double track that. Okay, so we've got that, and then we need to figure out what goes with these drums. I think it still stays with that. Let's do it. Okay, I think we're on to it there. We're on to it. So we've got that. Now we can go into the next piece. So let's do dun 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 tsh. Maybe we do like just a really slow chorus. Slow burn. We'll name this one Slow Burn for sure. I know it's lame. Don't get at me on that one. Don't get at me on that one. So dun 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 dun. Okay, that's it. Let's do some crashes in here now. Let's do normal time, I should say. And then we will lower the velocity of those. Okay, so we've got all of that. Let's just copy and paste it. We'll put in some fills and stuff later, so don't worry about the fills at the moment. What would you do here? Would you start it with open? Or would you start it with the 9? Because I think the 9 sounds cool, but maybe I do. Maybe I just do like an open chord that's a little bit different. All right, we gotta get this. Let's go ahead and jam with it a little bit. Okay, I can see it now. We need a fill at the end there. Da, 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 da. Okay, so this could work. And then we go into the next piece with the same, and well, not the same. We'll do a different like energy. So let's go ahead and move that over. We're copy and pasting like usual, right? But what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch to a different cymbal. Okay, so we switch to a different cymbal. We'll get rid of all of the kicks, and then we'll get rid of all of the snares. So we'll just go double time with this, with a clap swap. Okay, so now we've got that, and we can go ahead and copy and paste all of those over. Okay, so now we've got enough drums for the chorus to go twice through. Let's go ahead and record it. Let's do that, but let's do that and end it. Let's end it. Okay, let's try that again. Let's do it again. Let's double track that. I like it. It's working. It's working. Now we've got to double track this one too. I didn't like the take that I did there, so let's go ahead and track this one properly. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're almost there. Oh, we got the... Oh my gosh, yeah, we got it. So... I don't know, do we do a lead? Okay, so for the lead, what we'll do is we'll turn on the delay and reverb. All right, so we've got the leads turned on, and let's go ahead and bring the volume of them down, and let's just play along. All right, I don't know if I'm feeling those leads or not. I don't think that I am. Maybe something like that. Let's try and record that real quick. I think that one worked. Re-record it along with that so that it fades out with the rest of the guitars there. Almost worked. I had a choked out note there. So we just need to re-record it one more time. One more time. Whew, that was it for the guitars. I think. We're gonna leave it at that though. We're gonna leave it at that for now. And we need to do some bass. And so for the bass, we're in drop D. So I'm going to grab the jazz bass, BRB. All right, so for the jazz bass, we need a bass tone, and I haven't worked on a bass tone on the Quad Cortex for a very, very long time, probably well over a year and a half. And so we need to get back into Cortex Control and find something, Bass favorites, of course. The Umansky 8 presets. Let's see what those sound like. Out of the gate just sounds good. Okay, yeah, we're going with that. That's it. That's all I need to do. That's insane. Okay, so this is what we're working with. We're just on preset D from this scene that Jacob Umansky has going. And that's what it sounds like. All right, I am ready. That sounds good, dude. Should I do the same chord? So it's... That's hard to hold. We're not going to mirror it on the bass, but that has some really cool things that we can do there. What was I doing? Oh man, I was playing in drop C that whole time. Wow. That's why I'm so messed up. I forgot I had the guitar in drop C. My brain was literally not connecting. All right, now that that dumb debacle is over, I can't believe I had the guitar in drop C, but I thought it was in drop D, and so I grabbed the bass that's in drop D. Now it's in drop C. Let's go ahead and record this. Okay, so that's one bit of bass there. You know what? Let's not do any bass in that first part, actually. Let's do the bass coming in with the slide during that other piece. Alright, that was way too many takes because I couldn't get the fret buzz to stop happening on this bass, and I really need to do a proper setup on it, but I'm not going to today, okay? I'm not going to today. It's just not happening. Now we've got to play through the chorus, and I don't even remember what I wrote for the chorus, and I'm frustrated at trying to record that bass take. Man, that's annoying. Sounds cool though, I like it. Alright. That was a lot, y'all. That was a lot. That was fun though. Man, the bass tone I got out of that instantly from Umansky, 8 presets. Just great. And I know that he's not playing a jazz bass on that. He's playing his dingwall. I should have plugged in the dingwall, but I didn't care. And I also didn't know I was recording in drop C. I was blissfully ignorant the whole time thinking I was in drop D on that other guitar. Hilarious how that works out, right? So let's go ahead and jump straight into the full mix playthrough, shall we? I'm gonna go and mix and master this and do my thing with it, and you're about to hear it. Let's go ahead and check it out. Sunday Riff Refinery number 22. Let's get into the playthrough. Well, what do we think? I think that came out ridiculously well. Very simple, very straightforward. It's just a bunch of chords, right? But it sounds sick. I'm really, really loving where this one is going. Definitely can hear some vocal melodies on top of that, but I like the little lead guitar thing that I wrote. It's not really much of a lead, but it is a top line melody, whatever you want to call it, right? But yeah, that is Sunday Riff Refinery number 22. What do y'all think about this one? Does this one deserve to be in the Hall of, not fame, but you know, get uploaded to streaming platforms? Because there's 4 other Sunday Riff Refinery songs that are actually on their way to being completed right now. And yeah, they're going to end up on streaming platforms very, very, very soon. 2025 is going to be big for music for me. I'm pretty stoked on all of that. And if you've watched this far, thank you yet again. Please consider hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button, help your boy out. All info for everything that I use today is down below. Some of them are affiliate links, some of them aren't. If you use any of the links, it's great for me. If you don't, not a problem either. But yeah, next week we're going to probably go a little bit harder. I want some more metalcore, something, maybe some deathcore next week. I don't know. We'll go for something though. Yeah, we'll go for something. But again, as I said earlier, let me know if there's anything specific you'd like to see me demo with the Quad Cortex, because I'm more than happy to make some tutorial videos and everything. I've already got a couple that have come to mind while filming all of this, and I'm kind of stoked to see it all the way through. So until next time, peace and love. Thank you for joining me yet again, and I'll see you in the next one.